Hi everyone, this is Phil from It Gaming, and today I'm going to give you my guide to the Crystal Wyverns in Ark Survival Evolved. There are three Crystal Wyvern variants that you'll find in the Crystal Isles. From left to right, we have got the Ember Crystal Wyvern, then we have the Blood Crystal Wyvern, and finally at the end, we have got the Tropical Crystal Wyvern. All three of these are tamed in a different way than any other Wyvern in Ark. In order to tame Crystal Wyverns, you don't actually have to find an egg and then raise the egg from scratch. No, what you're going to do is you're going to put some crystal into your 10th slot of your hotbar, and believe it or not, these are passive tames. As long as you've got crystal on your hotbar, you can come up to them and they won't attack you, and you can just feed them. Mind you, it is really hard to get them to stay still for any length of time. But eventually, when they do land or get hung up on a tree, you can feed them a little bit of crystal. And you can see there, that was about 3%. And that's for a level 20 Wyvern, so I'm going to crank up the multiplier. That was at ×1. Now we're at ×20 because I don't want to be here all day. Though on an official server, I shudder at how hard this would be, because Wyverns just will not stay still. They're big and they fly everywhere, and every time you feed them, they will take off again. So what I'm going to do is, now we're at ×20, I'm going to come up and I'll feed it again, and you'll see the very first thing it does is it takes back off into the air. And it'll do that over and over again until you have it tamed. So eventually it lands again, it takes about a minute each time, and you feed it one last time, and now we've got ourselves our very own Tropical Wyvern. Tropical Wyverns are very easy to find. You'll find them throughout the southern part of the map, and this is a good flyover. I like this. Really cool coloration on the Tropical Wyverns. Now, what's so cool about a Tropical Wyvern? Well, it has, your standard left-click attack, does a certain amount of damage, but if you get the Wyvern near water, the Tropical Wyvern, it will get a buff for 30 seconds, because this is a water Wyvern, for want of a better term, and for the next 30 seconds, it will do additional damage, it will have more stamina, and also its alternate attack is a water breath, which leaves a damage over time effect on whatever you're breathing water on, which is, I admit, somewhat odd. The second flavor of Wyvern is the Blood Crystal Wyvern. I found this one at 62 latitude by 35 longitude, and taming it is just the same as the Tropical Crystal Wyvern. You're going to put crystal in your 10th slot, and you're going to start passively taming it over and over and over again, and eventually you'll have yourself a Blood Crystal Wyvern. Now, what makes this different than the other Wyverns? Well, it has the same primary attack, chomp attack, but what you really care about is its breath attack. So let's say the Blood Crystal Wyvern has taken some damage. Well, if you use your breath attack, you will start bleeding out your enemies and vampirically healing yourself, which is really awesome. I don't think this breath attack does as much as the other Wyvern's breath attack, but then again, the other Wyvern's breath attack doesn't heal over time, now does it? The third type of Crystal Wyvern is the Ember Crystal Wyvern. I found this one at 61 latitude by 60 longitude, and I got a nice little flyover for my trouble. And again, same deal as last time. Crystal, 10th slot, passive tame. It'll fly up into the air, repeat ad nauseum, get yourself a Wyvern. That's, again, all there is to it. The Ember Wyvern is probably the most boring of the three types of Wyverns, in that it doesn't do anything really special. It does what you would expect an Ember Wyvern to do. Shock of shocks, it breathes fire! I know! Who would have thought an Ember Wyvern would breathe fire? But there it is. I love the coloration on it, I will say that. But yeah, it does what you expect it to do. It breathes fire. It is important to note that not all the Wyverns that are available on the Crystal Isles are tameable. You can see when I search for very high-level Wyverns using the Creature Finder mod, there's this little pocket of them here, and they're not actually regular Wyverns. They say Crystal Wyvern Heirs, and you can see there's an heir for each type, the Ember, Blood, and Tropical. Here, the Blood Crystal Wyvern Heir is sitting right there, and it will attack you on sight, but I'll admit I didn't give it the option. I just started shooting it, and I kind of regretted that immediately. So at this point, you're probably saying to yourself, there has to be an easier way to tame a Crystal Wyvern, and the answer is, yes, there is. You don't have to use regular crystal. There's also a material called primal crystal that is available as a drop from alpha variants of the 3 wyverns. All 3 of the wyvern types can spawn an alpha variant, but I'll be honest with you, I couldn't find any, so I'm guessing the spawn chance is very, very low, so I spawned this fella in. So now all I have to do is kill this thing, and again, I'm not going to do this legitimately, but it is just like any other large creature. You kill it, and any alpha creature. Bring alpha creature killing things, and you'll probably do just fine. And once you kill it, you'll get a slew of loot, but most importantly, you'll get these primal crystals. Now, the problem with primal crystals is they do have a spoil time of about 45 minutes. So, I have taken the server, turned it back to 1x multiplier, and I found myself a level 15 tropical crystal wyvern, and have a primal crystal in my slot, and you can see after I fed it to it, it now has 34% tame complete. So 3 primal crystals and you can get yourself a wyvern. Not a bad deal.
Do you have any more tips about the crystal wyverns? Tell us what they are in the comments below. If you found this video useful, please feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And as always, have fun out there!